Come on, high five.
Hey Shankara.
Long time, huh?
Hey man, how's it going?
5 months.
This is Tammo and Jörg from Find a Job in Germany.
Today is a very special day because we're actually outside to go pick someone up from the airport.
So let's go.
So we're on our way to the airport now, and you might be wondering who we're picking up. His name is Shankara. He's from India. He's a JavaScript full stack developer. At least that's what I recall from my memory now. And yeah, Shankara signed up with us in September last year and got his job in October last year. So it was a pretty smooth ride, I must say. But just like anybody else on our program, he really had to invest a lot of time, obviously, and that means motivation and commitment throughout. What do we do really exactly with him? Just like with anybody else, you board on and we make sure that your CV gets revamped. Obviously, that is the first step. And then we make sure you get into the process with companies. And I think Shankara in the end made it, he was in the process with about 10 companies, out of which he got one offer. So that was also a pretty good ratio. And what's important really is that he also learned throughout those processes. I enjoyed very much doing mock-ups with him. I did a couple of mock interviews with him. I was actually the lead on the team that was in most contact with him, and I really also appreciated the way that he was communicative throughout, really responsive to the things that happened on his end, and also, of course, getting in touch with me for any questions that he had, really important. Yeah, and eventually managed to land his job offer with a company here in Berlin. What was really nice about it was I was also able to help him throughout the process that came after. A lot of people do not know what comes in that phase after you get your job offer. You sign the contract and you think everything's taken care of, but in this case you need to make sure you get your visa. If your company is supporting you or not, that really depends on how you're going to get your visa. Then we connected him with a health insurance provider. We made sure that he is also safe and sound when he comes here with an apartment. Apartment search is important. I sent him a couple of links to prepare for Germany, German culture.
Come on, high five.
Hey Shankara.
Long time, huh?
Hey man, how's it going?
5 months.
Quite a journey, huh?
I think I spoke to you first. Straight away I registered within a week. And I was never happier. I got the job contract and John told me like, you got the job. Then I was like, should I accept it? He was like, wait for 2 more days. I was like, no, I cannot. It's like, no, I cannot. Whatever they paid me decent enough, but so I accepted it eventually. It was a dream come true for me. And also there were many hindrances, like I was hoping that my visa would get sanctioned on time because they were imposing another lockdown in between. It was too much, yeah. I mean, even last week, I was supposed to start on February 15th. For some reason, my company told, they imposed me the notice period for whole 3 months. I couldn't join that time, so I had to again request coach up back, my employer. So it was too much for me to, it finally happened, me in Berlin.
After how long was your flight?
13 and a half hours.
Oh.
13 and a half hours with 2 hours of the layover in Doha.
Where did you start?
From Bangalore.
Bangalore, and then you to Doha?
Doha?
And Doha, Berlin.
Doha, Berlin, yeah.
Okay. And now you're here, the sun is shining for you?
Yeah.
It's the first time in Germany, right?
Yeah. In India, if you come, if it rains, they tell it as a good sign, But in Germany, you come, it shines.
Oh boy, you're lucky. It's actually shining at the moment.
Yeah.
I remember, when did you start? When did we
It's 5 months now. It's 5 months. This is the 5th month. We started at around October-ish, November, last week of October, and we enrolled on November. So I got the job in December. November end, and the visa processing and all those stuff.
I actually looked it up before we left. I think you signed up in September.
Oh, September.
And you got the offer in October.
October. Okay, maybe yeah. 1 month here and there. So it's 6 month now, right?
Yeah.
September, October. Yeah, it's a 6 month. So it's cool.
And the visa, how long did it take in your case?
Visa took like 3 weeks.
3 weeks only.
It was touch and go.
Ah, okay.
There were no appointments at all. I still remember the date. 27th of October, 27th of November, I think.
Mhm.
I requested for it. No appointments at all. Someone backed it off, so I got it.
Sure.
So then I got the visa in the very next week.
Cool, perfect. And then, like you're starting next week, you said, right?
I'm starting next week, Tuesday.
Okay.
So I have 4-5 days to,
Oh, perfect. And how was it with your company so far? They were like happy with extending the starting dates as well.
They are very helpful. See, that's one thing there is a clear mentality difference I see, right? So if I were to get a job somewhere else outside, and even if I explain, it's highly unlikely that they would extend it, if without a penalty or something. So in my case, they just extended it. I told the reason. I was very frank. I just gave the proofs of they are not relieving me before the what is notice period, and then they were happy with it too, and then they knew I would join. So yeah, here I am.
That's cool. And tell me a little bit about the process. When we started, first we did your CV,
Right.
and then we started applying. And in your case, after applying, it just took a couple of weeks, and you had the offer. How was it? Like, what was the challenging part before you met us? Like, did you also apply on your own? Or?
Yeah. So in India, there is something called German mission in India, right? So German employers want to take talents from India through its governmental, and also there are other opportunities in online portals, right? But to be frank, I hardly got a reply, even a rejection reply, right?
Yeah, okay.
Really, because you don't know which opportunity suits you. That's why I told, right? You being in Berlin, applying jobs in Berlin, you know the soil better than someone is applying from USA or from India, right? So I left the job to George and you to apply jobs on, to find me some good opportunities to be interviewed with someone. And I think I was very fortunate. I got around 8 to 9, interview invites. So like few I got selected, and it was like they just were trying to find someone very sooner. Some reasons for rejections, and this job I got within a month. So I was like I totally accepted it
Well,
without any negotiation too. Yeah.
that's so cool. And tell me, what do you think? What changed that you got offers then? What was the difference when you got with us than before? What was differently?
See, before I wouldn't lie, I was also in a tie-up with another agency from India.
Okay.
So that's what I told, right? The problem is they are from India and they are trying to apply job in Berlin. I don't know how for few members it worked. It's not only because of they tried, and even the students they tried even the professionals they try from their end. Somehow it works for them, right? But I would say it's 90% of failure. I'm not just telling for the I can write and give it to you, like 90% of failure if you try it by yourself and from another country. Why would someone has to invest in some person from another country, right? It's as simple as that. But I think Jorg has a job bank or something, I'm not sure. So he applied for positions which was my company. There are other companies that I interviewed with. They are taking global talents. So I myself ask questions like, why do they take global talents? It's too much for them, They have to plan their visa, they have to plan their immigration and everything, right? But yeah, like most of the companies I was applied had opportunities for global talents. So that was a good thing. It's hectic, It can, it can be daunting at times, to be frank, because from another country I don't even know. I don't have a vision of what's happening here, and Germans, right? So they go by process mostly. So it might take some time for them to even come back to you, right? So like I don't want to try that at all, because I tried for hundreds of jobs, right? I tried for hundreds of positions, but not even, I hardly got a reply from a few, and I gave interview to one, if I remember, and most of the other replies were rejection emails. And the one I gave interview also, they told the position has already been filled in the third round, so it was heartbreaking for me. Yeah.
Okay. Let's speak a little bit about your background. You're a JavaScript developer, right?
All right. Yeah, I'm a JavaScript full stack developer.
And what do you mainly focus on? What frameworks are you working with?
I work with front-end React with HTML and CSS, and for server side I use Node.js and also TypeScript with it, and MongoDB for database operation. I also have some experience with SQL. So yeah.
And what do you think about the technical challenges, like the interview process, the technical challenges, interviews? How was that for you? Was it challenging, or were you up to the level? Obviously you were, you got a job offer, but how was that in general?
I would say it's a mental thing, because I know how to crack a job interview in India, because I knew the process. I knew what they want to hear, and I knew what they would be fine with. So here, jog, I think for at least for the initial 3 or 4 interviews, you are with me, right?
Yeah.
Asking me to reply in certain way, so that that gets through to the German. And also me coming from like, I do not know German yet, right? I'm still learning. So how do I need to present in English for any HR person, or to be presentable? So everything he taught me, and also even in technical aspects, he has changed my resume, and he has asked me to explain in certain kind of way, so that it gets through to the person that matters, for example HR or the tech lead. So initial 3 or 4 interviews were like, I had to learn a bit, because German interviews, they don't ask you to write an algorithm. They do very rarely. So they don't try to test you with the thing that you are not using in a day-to-day basis. So they were very plain, they were very clear. Do this assignment and submit it to me. I want the best solution possible. So it sounds easy, but yeah, when they drill you, it's going to be, you are going to face the next challenge of it. So it doesn't happen in India, because there you finish some algorithmic or data structure questions, and everything is online, right? So system rates you, and system sends you to the next process. So here it is a little bit different. You have to prove yourself. You have to tell why did you think in certain perspective based on your solution. So that was new to me.
Is there any special advice or something you want to share with other people who want to apply to jobs in Germany, software developers like you are? What advice would you give them on that process?
See, process-wise, I would surely recommend getting into agency like yourself who are in Germany, and applying for jobs in Germany, because it's simply, I don't know how much will be the success rate if you are applying, or else you need to have some referrals. The person might be working with a German company who might be of your friend or something, your direct friend, and he has to refer you, and the process goes on for years, right?
Yeah.
The first thing to do is to simplify it by, you take the headache of the person who is enrolling, that can take the headache of the interviews and the visa. You take the responsibility of preparing the CV and training them, and also apply for jobs, and tell him how to apply job at least, right? So in this way it reduced a lot of complexion for me, and I was at such intensity, like you served me with full of meal, right? It's a full huge German meal. I was like, I just have to eat it. So I was like full on, because I tried for Canada, I tried for Germany, I tried for this Switzerland, Zurich.
Yeah.
Like it was not as easy. You need to have someone at least as a mental support, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you give interviews for 4 or 5 times, and if you don't get selected, that they are not open to you. But with Jog, he just time to time he checks my mail, so that mental support also is there. It plays a huge factor, is what I feel. So the first thing is to get to know somebody who can do the job on behalf of you, because you are from another country. Secondly is interview preparation. I think it's already been spoken of. You guys already do the pre-coaching, right?
Yeah.
Before giving the interview. So, and yeah, you have to practice, because German employers have a certain different way of handling interviews. It's not as same as at least not from India or Asia side.
It's driving inside the city, like Berlin, you see it's only like a 20 minutes drive
Yeah.
from the airport, and we're pretty close to your home already.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just 40 minutes drive. What do you think? What do you expect of Germany? What are your next steps now? So it must be pretty overwhelming right now, right?
Yeah, my main intention to come to Germany, or I had my countries, right? So it's either going to be German, Switzerland, or Canada. So these 3 countries I was trying very hard, because I can see Germany is highly investing in IT, so is Switzerland, and I'm from IT, so I have to choose a country which works good for me. I mean, at least it has a potential to grow there. And the second reason I wanted to come to Germany is to explore, you know. So I'm in a profession I can explore, to go to new countries. If you are a lawyer or if you are, you know, a medical practitioner, it's very hard, right? And so I just wanted to make use of this to explore new countries. And given the fact my friend is already here, so,
Okay.
yeah,
So he's been here for how long now?
2.5 years now.
2.5. Do you know where he's living in Berlin?
He was living in Frankfurt, and now he's not in Berlin.
Okay.
But he now is he shifted to Düsseldorf or
Düsseldorf. Huh?
yeah, Düsseldorf. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So do you know anybody in Berlin?
Right. Yeah. There's a person who stays 2 kilometers from me,
Okay.
from my house address.
Cool.
He's an Indian. He's been in Germany for 4 years and in Berlin for 1 year. So I just got friends with him yesterday.
Okay, cool. That's
It's
cool.
like I have a flight. Somebody has to be my friends now.
Yeah, cool. And you and you already have booked your registration for tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, the police verification, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is my registration.
Okay, cool. And what are your next steps now? We're driving to your apartment.
I'll get my keys first.
Yeah.
Go to my apartment. Just put these bags there, and I don't know. I'm still blank, but I'm still energetic. I haven't slept for 2 days. Yeah, there are so much of paperwork has to be carried, and the packing stuff. Immigration doesn't allow certain kind of things.
Okay.
My country's, you know, indigenous things they doesn't allow, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday obviously I did not sleep. 13 hours of flight. Yeah, it's
Wow.
around 3:40 a.m. in Indian time.
So I can advise, just if you like, go out, have a walk around where you live. You can visit Tempelhofer Feld.
Yeah.
It's a former airport,
Uh-huh.
like an airfield, really big one. And just now it's a park. You can walk around there.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice area where you are in Neukölln. It's a pretty hip
Okay.
area, and yeah, just walk around and see, like, enjoy what you see and so on. It's only
Yeah.
like 5 minutes walk from our office.
Yeah, you told me that.
That's a coincidence. What did you find most challenging before coming here, or when planning after you got your visa and everything? What was challenging?
To be frank, the job search. I'm not lying. It's hell.
The what?
The job search. That
Okay,
you
the
know.
job search.
Yeah, that is the main reason I was like. I asked you how much is the payment initially, right? So you quoted the amount. I was not even thinking. Okay, fine. You know, he's a German and he knows how the German industry works. So that was the most challenging part. Visa is not in my hand, right? At times, you know, you can get rejected, but it's very highly unlikely that it happens with German embassies. They are good
Yeah.
from India. Yeah.
Have you checked your subway connection already to your workplace?
No. Yeah, I have to take, you know, I have to take 2 buses, but I would rather walk for, you know, a kilometer or so and take. I'm not sure, but I checked it. It's
Okay.
almost 15 minutes from my.
Walking distance?
No, it's bus distance.
Oh, distance. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's also not too far to walk. A lot of people take the bike as well, the push bike.
Oh, it's available.
Yeah, you can.
I can drive
you
with
can rent
Indian
one or you
license?
buy one.
Can I do it with my Indian license?
No, you can. Just a push bike, you know. Without,
Okay, it's a cycle.
Yeah, cycling.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So I cycle to work every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a car. This is a rented car, like, because
And is this the amount of traffic you do every day?
it's a bit more usually. Like here, it's not. But you see, when we drive inside the city, it will be more. But I guess it's not comparable to Bangor or some Indian cities.
Yeah, you know, at any point in time, you would see some 1,000 vehicles. At any point in time, be it at night, be it in the morning.
So yeah, here, when we come to Sonnenallee, it will be getting a little bit more. I find it quite hectic. I don't know what you think about it, but we will see once we're here.
So this is in Neukölln. Got the rainbow flag there. Sun is shining. Mediamarkt.
Yep.
Shankara already getting calls.
Here we are, Flughafenstraße Neukölln, your new home. Welcome.
Right?
Awesome.
So now we have to leave from this park here.
Oh, sorry. Shankar, welcome to Germany. All the best.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, bye. Thanks.